All right, we're good, right?
Yeah.
Started. Okay. So I heard you took a DNA test from your dad's work and you got it back.
Yes,
What's on
right.
it?
I think basically, well, I think they give it because it it gives you like reports about your health, and obviously that's important for a company to know about their employer. So
Mhm.
basically, they gave it to us for free for the family, and it was like so the ancestry report itself was pretty vague because these companies
Oh, so
don't
there's
have
an
a lot of.
ancestry report included in it?
Yeah, so basically they give you an ancestry report and a traits report. And so the traits is like physical features and other things. And then the ancestry report is like where your recent ancestors were from. But for South Asians especially, it's like super vague because they don't have that much data point on South Asians. So so yeah, anyways, it was just like basically the ancestry report was just like 100% like South Asian, which I already knew. Or there's
Did
something
they
called
did they
like,
test for testosterone?
yeah, I'll get to that. But so it was like the ancestry report was like 99.9% South Asian. It said something like trace ancestry, but like I think it's bullshit. But first, like I'll get to the traits, which was probably some of these were like super interesting to me. So, and a lot of them were like so accurate. So like for example,
How did they test it? Did you have to give your DNA or something? Or I mean, your
yeah,
DNA
I mean,
through hair or spit or something?
you like spit, and like a lot of people don't support it because like you're giving your DNA to a company, but like I have like nothing to hide.
It's a
So
spit, like yeah.
yeah, I don't know, but like a lot of people are against it. Anyways, so like just like for a picture of how accurate it is, there's a lot of things like back hair, like 72% chance you have little or no back hair, which is like true. Bald spot, 87% chance you don't have a bald spot.
You bitch.
Yeah, and there's some boring stuff like. But anyways, like some things that were really accurate were for me dandruff, 73%. I have like
Yeah.
a good amount of dandruff, and then detached earlobes, which everyone, like all my relatives say that I have, or like my grandparents. Cause
What's a detached
yeah,
earlobe?
you see that shit? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Basically, I'm gonna show you. So basically, it's like this part is not attached to your ear.
Oh, I think mine's attached.
I think it is. It looks attached.
Wow.
Yeah. But like my grandparents are always like, "Oh, you have that. Your grandpa has that too." Look at this, buddy.
Nah, no.
Yeah, not like you.
Yeah, it's
Got good
unfortunate.
genes. Before 40 though. My dad's over 40 and he has it.
I know, but like, come on, bro. Are you serious?
Yeah.
At least you can't grow a beard.
Bro, I've never shaved in my life.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, nothing there.
Shaved like 3 days ago, bitch.
Alright, bro. Oh yeah, this is super accurate. 81% chance. Flaky
Earwax
earwax.
type?
Like dry flaky earwax. Some people have wet. I didn't even know that. I thought everyone had flaky earwax.
I have wet earwax.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought everyone
How do you
had
have dry
flaky earwax.
earwax? I didn't know people had dry earwax.
Yeah, like who
Hell?
knows this shit?
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. So this is what was like super interesting to me because you know,
Oh,
like no one, everyone in my family has dark brown eyes. There's no one who has anything but dark brown. But if you look at this estimation, you think that since it only says 31%, you think that someone else would have a different color. But
right.
like, that's not the case. So basically, I contacted 23andMe about this or Ancestry or whatever this was, and they were saying that like your where you're in, like your environment, like where your ancestors' environment was, because obviously these are not like your eye color isn't just based on your genes. Like we might have thought that like in the past, but now we know that your environment also shapes your physical features. So what Ancestry was saying was that, so like for example, like my ancestors have been in India, like not only like not even super like I guess the super north of India would have a greater chance of this, but everywhere else in India, the environment would basically cause mutations for black hair and brown eyes. So my ancestors have been in India for so long. So like I guess that's
Is
why
black
everyone.
hair, brown eyes a mutation? I thought
I
everything
mean,
else
not a
was a mutation.
mutation. Yeah, yeah, everything else is a
Okay.
mutation. But I mean, like I'm saying that I think the environment affected this a little bit. Well, I guess, yeah, it's not a mutation. So this has me thinking now. I didn't actually think about this before. I thought, based on their explanation, I thought that, these chances would have been there. Like, uh,
Yeah, well, fine.
so, so basically, I thought these chances of other eye color would have been there if my ancestors hadn't been in southern India for so long. Because we were from like the very, very south of India, or our ancestors lived there. Like recent ancestors, like past few generations. So I thought it was because of that was why everyone had brown hair or brown eyes, black hair. But now that you mention it, it's not a mutation. So it is
Wait,
actually,
so you're saying if your ancestors lived in America, for example, you'd have
yeah.
really?
That's the explanation or that's what I interpreted from what 23andMe or I think it's the 23andMe gave me. Because I asked them
So
like,
you always like the people in your family have had the potential for like other eyes, like light hazel or something, for example.
that's what like they basically explained to me. They said like I was like, so like what's up with this? Like everyone in my family has brown eyes, and they were like, your traits are based on not only your genes but also your environment. So I thought it was because of, southern India environment was why we had these features and no other features. But I'm not sure if that's how it works because, like you said, it's not a mutation.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. Maybe it's because where would the mutation have come from in the first place? Is my question.
Oh,
Like if someone has blue eyes, for example, like how did they
yeah.
get there?
It's just I don't know like the super details. There's probably like genealogists probably know all the details, but I know like everyone with blue eyes can be traced back to one ancestor. Like it was just a genetic mutation, like completely like
Huh.
I guess random.
You think that was
Yeah,
maybe an
because like
environment thing? Like
that.
their ancestors had something and then they went and settled in a new place or something like that.
Yeah, I like that's why mutations happen. Like you're adapting to something or like some new. Because like to a point, it's like if there was no randomness at all, or like I guess if there was no change in anything, even though genetics is randomness, my thinking is that that randomness would be the same every single time. Like we studied this like last year in science. Like genetics is so random. Like it's just based on random combinations. But
Hmm.
like if there was no change in like anything, then wouldn't that randomness like I guess happen like for eye color? Like I think the only way a mutation would occur is something new were to be introduced into the system.
I guess, yeah. Yeah. Aren't there? I remember there's just like many different combinations, and the fact that you like who you are, like traits and characteristics wise, there's like a 1 in like 10 to the 7 millionth power chance that you ended up with the exact like traits and genetics that you have.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you're saying, wait, so is that number just infinite then? If you move to a different location?
I have no idea. Okay, but here's another thing to think about, like kind of related to what you're saying. If everyone with blue eyes can be traced back to one ancestor, why is it that that mutation hasn't ever occurred again? That means that mutation only occurred once in human history, and then from there
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
passed
yeah.
on. So
Uh,
is it like that rare of a thing that just gets passed on?
Yeah,
Like,
potentially. I don't know.
why didn't the conditions exist for it to happen again?
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Because if there's only one person, like there's no way only one person or like one family moved to a specific location for their
Yeah,
child to have
and
blue eyes or something like that.
yeah, so it had to be something else
Yeah, and
beyond
also
our.
your ancestors and like your entire family up to that point had lived in India, but you haven't, and you still ended up with the same.
Yeah, it's probably. I have no idea then, like why this eye color is like that prediction.
Maybe it's like a rare thing. Like there was a chance of it
Maybe
happening, it just didn't happen to you.
or anyone in my family, because okay, dark brown is
No, I get
31.
what you're saying. Like maybe the dark, like the black hair and the dark brown eyes, it doesn't like living in the southern India environment where almost everyone is the same, doesn't have that much of a like you can't mutate because there's no like conditions for you to adapt to. Then I'm saying when you moved here, you might have had like more of a potential to change, like because there's so many various types of people in your environment, or there's so many like various conditions or something.
So like my parents would be different. What you're saying? Like my
No,
parents would be like,
your parents were from southern India, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm saying in
Well,
southern
yeah,
India when they were
they were
born.
born or they were raised there. Yeah,
Well, eye color doesn't change. You're born with it. I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
Yeah. So there's no condition for them to.
Or actually, sub diverging topic. I read about this. So basically, like Caucasian people, since they have such little pigment, oftentimes babies that are born with blue eyes, once it is exposed to light, that eye color changes.
Oh, really? Is
Yeah, for
that
Caucasians.
a thing?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. Anyways,
Wait a
go
minute.
ahead.
Does the pigment in our skin affect our eye color? I didn't know that.
Yeah, because if you have less pigment, so there's actually no such thing as blue eyes. It just means you have less pigment, and then it's like the light. I think like the
There's like a
light is
gradient.
scattered. Yeah, something like that. Like it's like how the light scatters, like from your like once it hits your eye. Like
Huh.
when like to another human, it looks blue, but really it's just less melanin.
Yeah. Interesting. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Anyways, so like, what's the explanation behind this eye report, bro, or this eye color report? They said that their genetic markers are like highly accurate.
Are their genetic markers are what? Sorry.
Highly accurate. So the way they calculate these
Okay.
trait reports is basically they look at they have so many DNA like samples. So they know like where so they look at your like 23 chromosomes or like 22 because one of them is like not it, but or, like it's the sex one, but like the other ones they look through those chromosomes and they know where the marker for eye color is and where the variant for eye color is. So basically, they look at that marker compared to people who have similar DNA with you. So if they take so the people with similar DNA to me, like this, these are their eye colors. So like if you took 100 people with similar DNA to me, 31 of them would have dark brown eyes, 24 of them would have dark hazel, 18 light hazel, 14 light brown, 8 green, 3 green, blue, 2 blue. So
All right.
that's how they
Yeah.
calculate that. So then people with similar DNA to me is like, or similar
What other
that
South
marker.
Asians that moved to America? Maybe.
I think they're looking at people with similar ancestry to me. So, and then also looking at that marker. So it says we looked at a place in your DNA, a genetic marker that affects your chances of having light or dark eyes. So they determined that this place determines your eye color. They're saying your combination of variants at this marker is usually found in people with brown or hazel eyes. And then this is the marker there.
Focus. I see it.
A and
Oh,
G.
it's like the thing that we learned about last year.
Yeah.
Like the CAGI or F or
In
whatever it was
chromosome
last
15,
one.
in chromosome, they're looking at a specific part in chromosome 15. They're saying that affects eye color. They're saying, so AG is brown or hazel. AA is like even more brown or hazel. And then GG is blue or green.
So,
So, and
since you have, okay, so then I get it. So since you have AG, they're just comparing it to other people that have AG, I'm assuming.
other people have AG and my ancestry.
And your ancestry.
I
Really?
think.
There's South Indian with, South Indian with blue eyes. The two South Indians out of 100.
Well, okay, I don't know if my ancestry is, I know my ancestors from previous, I'll get to that later too. Like, I'm not
Okay.
Indian, South Asian, like, DNA is complicated, but like, yeah, basically South Asians, yeah.
Oh, so not just South Indian, South Asian, so like all of India.
Yeah, because this test can't tell, like, really, I mean, I think maybe for some people, but like, it just mostly says you're South Asian because they don't have that many DNA points. So they're just looking at other South Asians with the AG mark, is what I think.
Yeah.
And then they have like, so it says one of my parents has A, and then I inherited the variant copy from another one, like from my other parent.
Oh, it's like the Punnett square thing.
I don't think this is, maybe actually alleles. I think A and G were like what? Remember, there's like 4 letters that make up the.
Yeah, I remember. What were A and G? Genotypes?
They never said. I think those letters are just like meant to represent things, but like where those letters are can mean different things in different places. Look, because those letters are
Okay.
there in every single chromosome. Those 4 letters, they don't mean anything. Like they're just
Maybe
names.
they just represent some trait, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyways, that's a confusing eye color model, and then another confusing thing. Okay, this was accurate. Hair texture.
Slightly
41%.
wavy hair. Yo, really? Oh.
Yeah. And so what's interesting is, I don't know, because I know you don't necessarily inherit, like, you inherit 50% of each parent's DNA, but it's not like 50%. Like, my sister's combination would look different than mine because she inherits different parts. I saw an explanation about this online. It's like, let's assume your mom's DNA is represented by 50 green marbles and 50 blue marbles, and your dad's is 50 red and 50 Y. If you had to take 50 from each parent, you would never get a perfect 25-25-25 split. Like, it would take you forever to get that. So that's why people say, like, oh, you look more
Right.
like your mom, or oh, you look more like your dad. Like, you have certain parts that are more your mom or dad or whatever. So anyways, my
Yeah, that's a short, bro. That's literally a short.
So yeah, so like anyways, so my sister's she has small curls, which is 6% according to this. So I know hers
Really?
would look
It's
different.
pretty rare.
So I don't know because I think her chance might be higher.
Oh,
You know
based
what I'm
off your
saying?
parents. Yeah, I guess you can't tell.
Yeah. So, but it was accurate for me, the hair texture one. This was also confusing.
Lighter
67%
dark
chance
hair.
of dark brown hair. Everyone in my family has black hair. Even if you put my hair in like sunlight, it doesn't look that brown.
Yeah. Is your hair dark blonde? I think it's black.
It's black. It's black.
Yeah.
It's 100% black.
Yeah.
So this is also like confusing to me. I don't understand this.
No, but the combination of your genes, it's like a dominant trait, maybe, like in your family to have black hair.
Then why would 67% of the people with the same gene have dark brown hair?
Maybe like one of your parents could carry a brown, like a dark brown hair trait and then a black hair trait. And if the black hair is dominant, you know?
This one actually works a little bit different. I was reading about this.
Oh, really?
They have, it's not just one chromosome, like eye color that they were marking. It's 42 places in your DNA. So, there we go.
The bigger the circle, the stronger the effect your variants have on the overall chances. Okay.
Yeah, so each of these circles, so these circles will add up to 42. And I don't know if you can see the yellow ones. So these yellow ones are more blonde, and then the these ones are more brunette. So based on that combination, they're saying that people with this combination and my ancestry are most likely to have dark brown hair.
Okay.
Which like makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it either. I understand like what you were saying about how the data is collected. I'm not sure.
Yeah, like so they're saying that it's not just based on your genetics, it's also your environment. But
yeah, but your environment, no one in India has dark brown hair, or barely, like very few people in India have dark brown hair.
I mean, people do, but not in like South India, like where my parents grew up. Yeah. I don't know.
But didn't you say that your family was originally from North India and you guys moved? Like a long time ago?
Okay, I'll get to that. My ancestry, yeah. That's like the story that, like the origin story or whatever. Like almost like every community in India has like some kind of origin story. But yeah, so it was basically written in some scripture that they moved like that. So yeah, but okay, I'll get to that later. So there's actually a way to break down South Asian DNA more than what this report, because they have very few data points that it can tell you. So okay, I'll get to maybe one more report that might be interesting. Skin pigmentation. So originally, I thought that I fell in this 15%, right? Because that's the color of my skin. But when you read more on 23andMe, this skin color is referring to the skin color you were, because everyone is like, some people are more tanned, right? So this skin color is referring to your natural skin color. So like what they ask you to do is they ask you to like look at the back side of your arm in the survey and what skin color that is. Or so
in the back, like here,
like right here.
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, yours is a different color.
Yeah, you see that?
Oh, okay.
So I guess then look at it again. I didn't even look at it that closely. All right. So I guess then this would be accurate, right?
Oh, light brown skin. Yeah, didn't you say you were born with lighter skin?
One of these two would be accurate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess then that trait report was accurate.
Like you were born with lighter skin and you forgot to shower or something at some point.
Oh.
No, I'm playing.
Yeah, I don't know. So when you go to, so basically like 23andMe has like a thing to like see if their results were accurate. They ask you to take a survey. And for this specific report, they asked you like the skin color in the backside of your hand. So that's what they're talking about here, I guess, your natural skin color. So I don't know. I guess that was accurate, but like the eye color, hair color thing is confusing to me. Anyways, so then the interesting part is I took the raw DNA from this file, okay, and I put it into a company called DNA Genix. And what they can do is, so I also put into another, so first I put into a company called Nebula Genomics. What they can do is they can impute your file. So 23andMe will look for 700,000 genetic variants. They believe these variants to be the most important or whatever. So it gives you a small fraction of your actual like DNA. So they believe these are the most important. But in reality, you have like 30 million genetic variants, and they're looking at 700,000. So they're looking at a very small percentage of your DNA, right? Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So basically, I put it in this company's like software. What they do is they do something called imputing the file, and they somehow, with the DNA you give, the raw DNA you give, I don't know what's included in that raw DNA file. I don't know if I want to leak this to the public, but it's right here.
Well, we do have the
Anyway.
share screen option. We can just blur it out if there's anything.
Oh wait, am I
too,
sharing screen?
No.
Okay, hold up. So this is Nebula Genomics. So it's where you impute the data, and you see they say like 30x whole genome sequencing. So basically, again, like they're getting, they see 10,000 times more data. They're getting your entire DNA picture. You can just upload a file.
Lowest price, $300.
You don't have to buy it. You can just upload your DNA from somewhere else. So okay, basically, it gives you all these reports, but you can only see the free ones. Anyway, you asked about testosterone earlier. Okay, I know what that was. Boom.
Whoa. Nice.
Oh, come on. All right, anyways. Yep.
I'm trying to test my testosterone level.
Yeah.
Hair thickness.
Yeah.
Oh, they have all that?
Yeah.
Behavior, they can do that too.
Apparently, bro. That's there. I don't plan on it though. So
Yeah. You are likely to snack in between. Okay. Yep, average. You're
most of these
bang
are.
average in all of those. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. That didn't happen.
Let's go. Yeah, you are pretty tall.
I don't know about that. This
You're
is
taller than
true.
average. Average is like 5'7".
Well, yeah, I guess. But this is true because a lot of people in my family have this.
Same.
Yeah. I think this is also true because everyone on my dad's side has lived like super long. Like my dad's great grandpa lived like till 93, and he's never saw a doctor in his life. And for that time in India,
Yeah.
it's crazy. These are all average, sadly.
No.
Yeah. This is also true. I like don't wake up in my sleep.
Yeah.
What about you? You do?
Depends. I'd say I am around average. I
Okay.
know a lot of people that are way worse than me, but there's some people that are better than me as well.
Yeah. Makes sense. Did we already look at this? Yeah, we did. Let's see.
Lactose intolerant. Oh, you can even tell you that, like you're deficient in vitamins and stuff.
Yeah. B12. That's common in Indians because, or like vegetarians, because they like don't eat meat. Anyways, and then They're also basically they compound your results with different studies that have been done. So this was 99th percentile. It's like I have a higher risk of shock to my eye. Like if something happens to my eye, I have a higher risk of it being like large damage.
Oh,
And
really?
then yeah,
Super sensitive eyes.
yeah. And same
Parental
with
lifespan. You can measure that through DNA files.
yep. Well, they basically take your DNA and then compare it to studies. So if you view this full report, let's say like all these variants. You might have to blur this out, bro. There's some weird people on the internet. I mean, no one's watching this, but like, I don't want my DNA on the internet.
Yeah, but how would they do this, bro? How would they like what would they do?
I have no idea. Anyways, just in case, bro. I don't know.
Right, sure.
Anyway, I don't even know what this is, but I have low genetic predisposition to it, so that's a good thing.
Okay, maybe.
Hyper intensities in the deep white matter of your brain. Yo. This is true, I'd say. Pretty fast metabolism. I don't know if that's what it is, actually. Where fat allows fat consumption. So I have like less taste for fat? I'm not sure. But I'm not very fat at all, so.
Yeah.
Let me see. This is kind of sad. 90th percentile to increase television watching. I don't even know how they get that.
No way, that's a thing.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah, no.
I'm not sure if that is. These are not right. This is true. I hit puberty probably freshman year.
Really? I hit puberty in like 5th grade.
Yeah. Anyways.
That's crazy. No way.
Cholesterol level, that's true. Has my family does, or so a lot of my family members have high cholesterol.
Same.
Oh. Did you see that one? The one I laughed at?
Which one? Yo. Wait. No way.
You come from a job, bro. That's not me.
Yeah, I know.
I'm never getting a job, you know? So that's why. They know I'm gonna
Yeah, sure. They know.
Yeah.
They know you're gonna succeed.
Oh yeah, look at this, bro. 100th percentile, larger subcortical brain volume. Plays critical roles in learning, memory, and emotion.
So what does that mean?
My memory is probably insane. It is pretty good, but not
Not
like
really.
my.
100th percentile means you're better than like pretty much everyone in the world.
Everyone that's used that's done
This study, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. This is wrong, like very wrong. I was super lightweight, baby.
Oh.
But again, if you look at who they studied, South Asians are not here.
Yeah, that makes sense. Were you premature or right on time?
Right on time.
Okay.
I'm not sure if anything else was.
Food addiction. Crazy.
Varicose veins? No, it's for
What the
varicose
hell is
vein.
that?
I don't know. It says swollen and twisted veins.
Oh.
I don't think I have that. Uh,
Yeah, wait, which one did you have 0% though? Daytime sleepiness?
Yeah.
You don't feel daytime sleepiness?
Nope. I would not like at all, I'd say.
I did it a lot in school. You could probably
My-
control that.
Yeah. My dad was freaking out about this, bro. Bro, it's daytime sleepy. Yo. He just yawned.
No.
Okay. What else did I miss? Oh. Alright, that's pretty much it for the traits. I don't know how much of that is actually interesting. You might have to cut out some. But
I mean, I don't know. I feel like you could keep most of it in there, except for all the long pauses.
yeah. Okay, but another thing, I guess, last thing I was show is these three things actually. Okay. First is Neanderthal DNA, which
Okay, stop sharing your screen.
oh yeah.
Good.
Yeah. All right. Neanderthal DNA, right? More Neanderthal DNA than 50% of customers.
Nice.
So I've little around 2%, which is the average for all humans. And
You said what? The average for all humans is 2%?
2%. I don't know what the average for South Asians is, Jamie.
I got you.
But I think generally the consensus is that European people have more, right?
I don't know how much, but it's saying 30% of South Asia has Neanderthal DNA, but it's not saying how much.
Okay. So then they're saying 70% don't even have any?
I guess maybe
Like close to any?
the gene in question is carried by almost 30% of the South Asian
Oh,
population.
okay. They're talking about a specific gene for. I read that paper. It was about like a specific Neanderthal gene that made them more prone to COVID, I think.
Not really.
Yeah.
East Asians. What? East Asians have the most Neanderthal DNA?
No, they have the least, I'm pretty sure.
It just said how much Neanderthal DNA do humans have, and saying East Asians seem to have the most Neanderthal DNA in their genomes, followed by those of European ancestry.
The most likely? Oh, yeah.
Wait, that's
It does say that. I do see that. Neanderthals contributed more DNA to modern East Asians than to modern Europeans.
yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I bet.
So, anyways, 2% is the world average, I know. But, yeah, anyways, so I guess I have the world average. I'm interested though, what is the average in South Asians? Anyways, but they're saying that one variant that my Neanderthal DNA influences is that I'm less likely to have a fear of heights, but not true. I have a fear of heights. So
Have what?
so they're saying like based on this Neanderthal DNA, one variant that they identify is I'm less likely to have a fear of heights.
A fear of heights. You don't have a fear of heights?
I do.
Oh, you do have a fear of heights. Oh yeah. Okay.
I don't know, bro. Is this a scam? Like,
I mean, some of it was accurate.
Yeah, I guess, but like the
Unless you're
eye
giving
color
it to
thing
like
and the
some
hair color thing.
scam company that's gonna sell it on the black market or something.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, last thing, haplogroups. So, you know how your Y DNA is passed from your dad, from your grandpa? So basically, every male, if you were to trace it, would have that Y DNA group.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, my Y DNA group is. So they actually show how it started. So everyone started with A, right? And then it goes to F, and then H is common in India. Like, and it's only found in India, I'm pretty sure. And the only other place it's found is Romani people, but they are like from India. So
Right.
H is most common in India, and it's, let's see. It says it's rare among 23andMe customers, 1 in 11,000.
Yo.
My specific one is H3B. So that was the last development of H. So obviously H1 came first, and like H1A, something like that. So
Right.
they can trace the ancestry to a man who lived less than 54,000 years ago. So
Very
that's the
specific.
yeah, I know. So yeah. Yep. They're saying, so while modern humans first began to migrate from Africa to Eurasia 50,000 to 70,000 years ago, they followed two routes, either from the southern coast from the Arabian Peninsula all the way to Southeast Asia, and then another one to the Persian Gulf, and headed inland to the grasslands in the Middle East and Central Asia. So yeah, the movement that this one would be, or I could attribute mine to, is the one to Southeast. Or yeah. So that's the paternal haplogroup. But then your mom's DNA can also be traced back through your mitochondrial DNA. So that one is M. So M is also super common in India. And I actually looked into this a little bit more than my paternal one, because there wasn't a lot about H3 because it was more recent, I guess, and not a lot of people have it. But my M haplogroup is, or my maternal haplogroup is M53, which is actually, I'm pretty sure, the last like haplogroup in M before it became D. So
Before it became E?
D. So D was the one that came after M for haplogroup,
Okay.
or mitochondrial haplogroups. And you can also see like the movement they trace here, like pretty similar. Africa, and then to the Arabian Peninsula, and then from
So
there,
it started
wherever.
at L3, then went to M,
Yeah.
and then D.
Yeah.
But your
So
mom doesn't have D.
M53, it's the last one before it mutated or whatever haplogroups do to change into the next one. So they're saying that M53 can be traced back to a woman who lived 20,000 years ago. So that's like way more recent than my dad's one.
Yeah, still
Also,
super specific.
yeah, but it's cool, I guess. I mean, you kind of
Yeah.
like kind of know, but it's also rare among 23andMe customers, 1 in 77,000. So, yep.
Yeah, that's insane.
And they say the most M diversity is in India. And like for example, they're saying M2 is found throughout the subcontinent, whereas like other M's, like M18 is found specifically in eastern India, and then M41 is common in only in the Pardhan speakers of eastern India, and M31 is in the Andaman Islands, like where these people are like, just, like if you looked at their DNA, they'd be like almost like 100% African. So
All right, like the video that you were showing me about that one island off the coast of India.
yeah.
Yeah, where they banned people from going.
Yeah. That's for a
Maybe I'll
different
put the
video.
video in there for reference.
Yes, bro. That's for a different video. We should talk about that one day.
Wait, we should go there one day?
I should talk about that, bro.
We should go there. It'd be sick.
Bro. No, they like welcomed. Okay. I don't know if we should get into this. I mean, okay, I'll
Okay,
get
yeah,
into it.
sure.
They like
All right.
welcomed they like welcomed these like Indian researchers onto their island, and then I don't know, maybe they thought they were friendly, but like yeah, they like took photos with them and stuff. You can find it on the internet. But there was a white guy that tried to get on the island, like a tourist. They speared him, bro.
Well, yeah, they've probably never seen a white guy ever. They probably don't
Yeah,
even know. Probably thought he was like devil spawn or something. Killed him.
yeah. What if it's Wakanda, bro?
Yeah, they have like the whole
It's,
thing
it's
behind.
Same thing, bro. It's literally the exact same. They have like some tribals on the border, like guarding, and everyone thinks it's super poor.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
You never know. Anyways, I think that concludes this episode.
Yeah.
A lot of my talking, actually, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it was your episode.
Yeah. What do we get for the thumbnail?
Oh yeah, we should.
No. I got it.
I got one. All right, hang on. I'm gonna look really interested.
We looked at this
You
eye
wanted to
color
add a
thing.
quick follow-up
Yeah.
to the eye color thing, yeah.
Yeah. So we were confused in the episode, but we just moved on. We looked at it closer. So for eye color, what they do is they use something called a curated model, because so for like hair color in the episode, we looked at 42, or it said like 42 different markers play into it. But here, it's only one. They're only looking at one. So they're saying for these, they're using a curated model where they look at a published study that says this is where humans' DNA code eye color. They're looking at that, and then from there, they're determining just based on that what the percentage of you getting that eye color is. So they're only looking at people, like we said in the video, because I have the AG variant, right? So AA means like almost you're gonna have brown eyes, like 100%. AG, you have a little bit more variant, and if you have GG, you're likely blue or green. So I had AG. So what they're saying is that they just look at other people with AG, and that's the only thing they're looking at. And based on that, this is the percentage of you getting that eye color. And they're saying it's accurate for the people who contributed to the DNA that they used. So to develop the model. So like most of the customers for the DNA test are probably European. So these results are probably accurate for Europeans with an AG model. And then it's not that brown eyes, because we said brown eyes don't mutate. It's that the Europeans mutated because of their environment. So that's why they're more likely to have these different eye colors. Their environment plus this genetic variation. And then even if you go here,
Right.
second, I have one more thing there. So even if you go here, it'll show where, like, who this variant is most common for among their customers. So
You had it for a second.
yeah, it's
Okay.
most common
Yeah.
for Europeans, and only 20% of South Asians have it.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right. Yeah. Nice.
so, yeah.